Alright, welcome to Glyn's Arcade. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons Online. As the link says, we're doing a little bit of a guild building on Argo. I already have a really big guild I share with my friends and family here on Kyber. But on Argo, I've been starting to play. A couple of other streamers have their streams on Argo, and since I didn't really want to join theirs and bring them down because, you know, maybe they have their guild numbers just right or whatnot, I decided to start my own guild on Argo. Makes sense, you know. So I just kind of put all my tunes in here, and I got enough accounts that, well, I have a couple of accounts, and then I'm just using a couple of my buddies' accounts to fill it out. They never go on Argo. So I'm going to be building up my Argo account. Now I've gone back to the old system where I have my Mad Catz mic and I've got my MP3 player because this is my own personal stream, and so I may spontaneously break out to sing a song if nobody joins my chat. And therefore, people who watch this will probably be very, very disturbed. Now, we do have we are now completely Streamlabs integrated. So if you do follow me, the fancy little graphics will pop up. If you sub, hey, I'll be eternally grateful, and you get a graphic for that. And then finally, we've also got the cat cam, and if people want to see my cat, I will put that up in the upper corner. Matter of fact, she's on, so we will go ahead and do the cat cam now. Boink! Cat cam! She's looking away right now. Her name is Olivia, and she may cause mischief at some later point. She may even try to eat the camera. Anyway, no matter what, something great will have been accomplished. Please let me know if my own camera decides to go out. Okay, now when I left off, I had just completed Dust, and that took forever and a day. But I am in good shape now to go do the rest of the 3 quests. I've already done Rainbow. I've already done Dust, so I should be able to just bang out the other 3 on normal. Oh man, there's a shroud forming up. Is it a heroic shroud or a... I'm going to miss out on it either way. No, it's a legendary shroud. I wouldn't be getting in it anyway. Good luck, legendary shrouders. Too foolish.
It's constructed from the ruins of an ancient giant temple. Dominates the entire vale. This temple is an important hub of commerce.
Tomorrow could be so great. Wish I could change the day. Tomorrow could be so great. If only you had some faith. Just waiting for my water to thaw out. I have a big frozen bottle. Something is making my stream go very crappy. I'm afraid it's probably the cat cam. Just can't handle it, can it? I'd hope that would work, but it's not going to. I just don't have the processor power. And she's leaving anyway. Oh no, she's turning around. Well, it was worth a try. It's probably because it's such an old camera. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it. work on it a little bit later to see if I might maybe can get the performance. Now let's see if that. Because I'm running now at 2,000 bits per second, so this shouldn't have been jerking that much. Oh, much smoother already. Still a little bit of hitching, but it's probably got to dump the drivers. Yeah, I know. I would love to get a new, all spanking new computer with a high-end everything and whatnot, but yeah, sometimes you got to do with what you got. Still a little hitchy. Wonder if it has to do with the Streamlabs integration. Shouldn't be. There are a couple of browser links, and OBS has always handled them pretty well. So and nice. Remember to always think twice. So the first one I'm going to be doing is Ritual Sacrifice.
The Twilight Canyon extends deep into the hills surrounding the Vale of Twilight.
And since I have nothing on Argo, I just got to level 100 in crafting.
Stands before you.
We're only doing these on normal. Really, in all honesty, if you've got Warlock and you've got Gnome Illusionist, you've got yourself a pretty good combo right there to get through. Get your first tune.
A group of gnomes.
Same thing if you have Asimar and Artificer. You can build a pretty decent hurricane machine. That was close. Can I have a frickin' heal? Yeah, heal, not cure light wound. One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the one stand She's 10
last
feet
lever locks into
tall.
place as shuttling ripples through the canyon. The deeper passages
If you
have been
go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell 'em a hookah smoking
the tunnels
caterpillar
run deeper into the mountains.
has given you the call. Go, Alice. When she was just small. Olivia. No. Olivia. Off the computer. Yeah, if we had the cat cam up and running, we would have just watched Mischief 1. The problem is I do have my my bottle here, and she's used to licking frozen bottles. Small ones! She doesn't understand the difference. She just wants the condensation.
A small artesian tributary is carved away.
What the donuts say. Feed your head. Feed your head.
As you step forward,
I'm reaching out to you there, hippies. I'll meet Nixon halfway.
someone or something doesn't want you poking around. The caves open again into a second valley larger than the first.
Very superstitious. Writing on the wall. Very superstitious. The letters have to fall. Things in the past. Leaving things you don't understand. Suspicion in your way. I have no idea where these guys are coming from. I mean, I specifically went back to kill the other guys, and they're not coming in from down here. Well, now. I'm soloing it even on normal. I want to really clear this out. Alright. The way the extra restaurant is clear. Although it looks like Natasha Thorson's swallowed a pot. Locate the third valley.
Windlash Gardens controls access to the deepest parts of the village.
I don't know, for some reason this quest makes me have little thoughts of Battlestar Galactica. I don't know why. The first one, not the second one. The original one, the only one. Been years of bad luck. The good things in the past. Things that you don't understand and you suffer. Understand in your way.
The final Twilight Valley has been scarred by an infernal portal.
Dun, dun, dun.
But the portal roars to
Oh, I
life
forgot
and
to change.
spews out its infernal
For bats, it's better to be in cone mode. Look in your eyes. Is it you, baby? Just a brilliant sky. Not too sure what she did to Korean, but she had his aggro for days.
Tatus calls out.
The Infernal Pact, at all costs, it must be found.
Yeah. Chain's just a little bit better than Cone in here because it's wide enough really for you to be able to miss people with Cone, and you want to be able to start at a distance. So Chain just works just a little bit better. Yeah, mostly I'm a Cone guy. A Cone head. Oh god. With me, baby, just baby, you're just a brilliant disguise. It is cold. Darkness of all around. Knows young man. That's when he showed up. that you'll ever do. Two can be as sad as one. It's as lonely as one. Did I turn around? Yeah. I totally pulled an Ori. I recognized it a lot earlier, though. She'd have been back at the beginning of the quest. I'm like, what's the beginning of the quest doing here?
Yeah.
What's the beginning of the quest doing at the end of the quest? This makes no sense. Boy, that lever was sure out of range. I went through that door and I'm like, there should be like 2 devils and a dog. Instead, there's a bunch of dead bodies. That's not the way this is supposed to be. Go away, Trip Dog. Olivia, what are you doing?
Once more, the wind lashers use their magic to hurl the elements against you. Must be getting close. You can clearly see the village laid out before you.
Including all the people you've already killed. Oh. No mystic. It's a mystic. Mystic defeated. Back in the atmosphere, it drops to Jupiter in her hand. Turns like summer and walks like rain, reminding me that there's time to change. She'll return, never stay on the moon. She listens like spring and she walks like June. Way to see the lights are faded. That heaven is overrated. And tell me, fall for a shooting
This feels
star.
like a safe location for a short respite.
She's back in the atmosphere. I'm afraid that she might think of me as plain no change, no sorry about a man who's too afraid to fly, so we never did land. Tell me, did the wind sweep you off your feet? Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day and head back to the Milky Way? And tell me, did Venus blow your mind? Is it everything you wanted to find? Then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there. You might be off a fried, deep fried chicken. Your best friend always sticking up for you. Even when I know you're wrong. Best flagrante that you ever had with me. Tell me, did the wings pick you off your feet? You get the chance to dance along the light of day. Head back to the Milky Way. Sail across the sun. The Milky Way to see the lights all faded. That heaven's overrated. Tell me, fall for a shooting star. One without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself. I'll take care of the burning blood part. How many stacks?
The final chamber lies before you.
Now it's just a straight up beat down. He didn't like me moving at his. Con-attack cloud. Nice. I can do that too. Wham!
extends deep into the hills surrounding the Vale of Twilight. Windlash of Knolls have established a new village.
On to
here.
coal. Not too sure why Natasha bugged and didn't come out of the quest with me. Bad Natasha. Now I'm going to switch to Eldritch Blasting Cone because for some reason the scorpions don't hide as much with Cone. Don't know why. Kitchens and talked about walls and a song of your withering pain. And I've shattered your temples and I brought on your fall. Now wait for the guy's burrow train, and I ride for all time on the guy's burrow. I grow by the North County rain, and the North Shore's begun is the man I've become. In rags on the guy's burrow train.
This ancient temple has fallen into disrepair. Something has kept the remaining ruins protected from the encroachment.
Now, I'm one of the few
Shadowrun.
crazy people out there that actually like Coal Chamber. Yeah, that'd be fine. I ride for all time on the guy's burrow line. I grow by the North County rain. The shores begun is the man I've become. In rags on the guy's burrow train. Hey, Alts! Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I think Coal Chamber. Admittedly, if you have difficulty with the jump puzzle, it's frustrating. But if you don't, you got skills. I think it's a great old time.
The Jimmy's voice rings through the temple.
I like even how in the new Maybar 2 they kind of have you do the same thing. A little bit different, but it's pretty neat. They kind of kept the coal feeling, you know? Make it a little easier to get up. Oh yeah. That's why I checked when I walked in. I realized I'm about ready to have to take a level. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to waste my coal XP. But this should actually polish me off. I've cleaned out the sides now. Concentrate on the middle. Oh yeah. I hope they bring back the Fight the Devs one too for the anniversary event. Oh, she's revered. Oh.
The faint sound of a key can be heard dropping at the feet of Hadaran.
That's my bad. I should be okay until I get to the restaurant, though. If not, I'll just do it again. This time, remember to put on my death ward. Thought I got that at the beginning, but I was just probably a little out of it.
You fall for an eternity. Voices can be heard from below, signaling the end of your descent.
It feels just like I'm falling for the first time.
This must be the other end of the portal.
Perfect must be
Close it quickly
lying.
to sever the link to the
Everything
temple.
lazy has its cost. Anyone plain can be lovely. Anyone loved can be lost. And if I lost my direction, what if I lost the time? What if I nurse this infection? The worst is behind.
Now I can concentrate on cleansing this area. Find where these fiends are coming from.
Be failing. Ugh. Oh, now you neutralize poison. Where was that a long time ago? Not like I actually jump high enough to get over it. It's mostly habit. Okay, I hear it firing. Oh, probably up there. You can cut your heart. It can happen. I love Cone for killing bats. Bat murder. There we go. So I was pretty sure. Alright, stuff to break down. Gotta build that crafting. Ooh, small Everon Dragon Shard fragment. Nice.
Guarded cavern ascends upwards. Creatures must be protected from the source.
Alright, I'm going to switch back to chain as I go up, because sometimes I need to shoot across the chamber. Thank you, Natasha. I'm not really worried about the acid because as a old one warlock, I'm immune to it, so or heavily resistant. Amounts the same thing at this level. Let's get above them. Okay, once we go in here, back to come. Cheat until you're blind. I thought that was the bat platform. Yeah, that was the new graphical hitch. Been out for a couple of updates now. So high around the town where I was born, New York seems so far away, though I was there just yesterday. I have played on my guitar, coffee houses, halls and bars. The one that I call friend knows they will not be forgotten. And rented cars, singers, saints, and other stars. I suspect that everyone will never change, it's too much fun. I like to rest in the shade of a maple tree. To the blue Canadian sky, I'll say a prayer for the world out there. Trog Murderer 1. I dropped a bunch of bats here too. I think I got both the Theurges. A little bit of backtrack, and up we go again. Oh, heck. Where is he? Hit me with Dispel Magic. Trying not to get brain too much. Already kind of bites, so I'm going to have to use the shrine the first time through. That was my bad, my mistake. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Just to turn it around. You say you don't know. Still, I think there's one more troll around here. There he is. Ugh. Get over there and use the restaurant, Natasha. You're not gonna make it up there. Hey, Fingerblade. I mean, I know, right? Go up and down. A little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a jump puzzle. A little bit different. Oh, and there's the musical sound of I Hate Cold Chamber.
You'd have been disappointed if I didn't say it.
The wife's not very fond of it. Something, something, can't control her tune on the ledges, something, something. I was disappointed in Ravenloft. They said that the stakes will never be higher. I thought they were making a pun and we were going to get jump puzzles. Yeah, I have to jump up and get the stakes to kill Strahd or something, you know? That'd have been cool. I... Yeah, the Veil is real solid. A total class pack. I can't think of... They were all so different, too. I mean, Rainbow in the Dark is just still one of my all-time favorites. And then getting recruited by the bad guys in the Eladrin stronghold for running with the devils. Don't kill the spiders, which I think is probably... I didn't have much trouble on the Warlock, but I can see where people would get frustrated with that one. And then ritual sacrifice, just a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl. Oh, Tempest Spine is awesome. I love Tempest Spine and Legendary. I wish more people would run Legendary. I would totally hook up for that on Kyber. You can't keep me out of Legendary Tempest Spine. On 5 and 6, you know, they're good dungeon crawls. I'm not. I think they aged okay. It's just maybe I've just run them one or too many times. How do I get up there? Is it the other way? I want them dead. Please link your Harry beaters. Remember that too. Silver of pure good in the shroud, and you were
You have arrived.
good to go.
Shaft. Now, hurry. No way to the top and stop the creation of these beings.
Just out of range. I remember one time when I first hit 20. I was playing my cleric, and they needed a cleric so bad they recruited me into a TOD run without any boots of anchoring. Oh, your will save will be high enough. Pro tip: it wasn't. And so they had to try to go through Tower of Despair without a cleric. Like, where am I? Yeah, you've been banished. Lol, good times. I got my boots of anchoring, and I did it again. I got in a really bad grip where we did it on Elite, and I had to drink 39 pots of Greater Memnonic Enhancement. 39. But I solo healed that raid. At 20. Back when that was a thing. On Elite. My proudest cleric moment. Until what do you call it? Reaper, right. Until Reaper showed up, my cleric wasn't getting a lot of love. Now I sign on him and it's like, please heal us. That's the one I want anyway. I don't really need to go to the top of the shaft. Yeah, it sounds like that'd be quite the accomplishment. We started playing just after free-to-play launched. So I was there just after they took out pay to leave the harbor and just before they took out leveling sigils.
We won't get any information out of it now. find which door this key unlocks. There are sure to be more answers there.
Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Alright. Try a little murder on my way down. Especially any third, just missed one. I'll be looking to the north if I remember right. I went too far. That was just too good of a thing to pass up, though, right there. I've read about those times. I've read about the before time. Like my friend was telling me about the days when like Stormcleave Outpost was a raid.
On a wild kobold chase.
Okay. I have a feeling you won't listen to me even if I tell you to interrogate Rock. Just take care of it.
A faint click signals the unlocking of Rocky's chest.
Kind of wish I could have seen it then, because you know, nowadays you got Stormcleave Outpost. It's just another quest.
The
A little
key
awkwardly
sounds
put together, but it's just another
key.
day.
We seek answers, but I fear we are getting more and more questions.
So I didn't turn on the thing dealies. If I don't care, if I don't care. Okay, turn him in right here, right? No. Huh. Bat murderer. And see, it's little things like that where I think vanilla servers or classic servers could really help bring back a fan base, you know, so you experience what it's like. As long as you remember that, you know, while you get to go back, you never can truly go back. I don't know, maybe a retro weekend or something. I don't know. Me and the guild are going to try to get together. We're going to be on my laptop on my buddy's house, but I was thinking about maybe if everybody agrees to it, we can get the little one to settle down a bit. Maybe we'll try the Titan raid, because we'll finally all be together. Well, I think if they started a vanilla server that would roll out kind of quickly to get to this and reset that like once every year, and then at the end of the year you'd pick what regular server you'd move to, that could be a thing. I mean, you know, it requires a different type of thinking, obviously. You know. You're trying to get new players, and you're trying to keep the old grognards interested without cheesing everybody off. And it's a fine balancing act. You know, they can only earn so much money off of me because I got everything. We almost got everything on 2 accounts, but... yeah, every now and then I'll drop some money on some turbo point, DDO points.
Let us see what is revealed behind this door.
Oh wait, yeah, I want this because this is the gelatinous cube. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to be trapped in the olden days forever. I mean, I like most of what they've done, but I would like to experience the game when it was basic, simple. I don't know.
The sound of a cube drop is heard amongst the active remains of the cube.
The wife is reminiscing about when monks used to be immune to poison. The days of salad and glory.
The guardian of this special key. Let us hope this gives us access to the source.
Oh, wait, whoa, stop. Oh, I was too late. Oh, yeah. Even I remember that. I remember the first time I was like, oh, I'm on my Warforged and I've been having a good time. And then I just crumble of all things inside of the waterworks, and it just owned me. Like, why am I stunned? That was a rust monster on a Warforge. I was turned into rusty bits. It wanted my metal bits. It wanted my storm reach recycling value. Yep. That's why so many people ran them. No level drain. Nothing like that. Just rust monsters. A little hard to get your wisdom up, but that's what ion stones were for in the Dreaming Dark when those came out. I remember when the Dreaming Dark used to be. First time I ran that on Elite. That was hard. Actually, it was Elite. That's what I was just talking to. That being said, plenty of challenge there, that was for certain. This on normal, those might have reset. Let's see. The only good thing about normal, really. See, if I was on Cairo, I'd be doing this on Elite. Because I'd have a whole bunch of gear. I'm trying to do that on Argonauts now. I just need some collectibles and I can build most of my level 5 and level 10 TR gear. Or leveling gear. I need to get up to 150 to get the level 15 gear and 1 shard. And then 225 to get the prot shard. They really didn't want to give you the prot shard. I've asked around on Argo for somebody to make me make me 5 prot shards, and let's just say the price quoted was excessive. I get they're hard to find, but yeah. Break the silence, come crashing into my little world. So to me, through me, can't you understand? Oh, my little girl. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Nope, I went the right way. There's the way out. I think, unless I got turned around, I'm going backwards. Oh no, I can't. I dropped to the bottom. Never mind. There's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I ain't moving when it hitches like that. Where's the third? I'm gonna try blasting one next time. Okay, for some reason it's not aiming right, but oh, that was dangerous. I almost fell off. They're that high up. There's one of them. Oh, there we go. Should be the last of them. Nope, there's a couple more. See, I didn't need to sit there and farm the things. I knew I'd killed enough.
Beyond this door, I sense the
I know
source
how
of
much
these
murder I've done.
creations. You must find a way in.
I don't know about Virtuoso. I mean, I always thought about it, but I've always played Spellsinger. I've always played a
Thing is fusing the blood of
a
devils
buffing
with
CC bard.
inhabitants of the Vale of Twilight to make these fiendish creations. Destroy him before he can take any more. Has created his last fiendish creature. You have helped me to cleanse the Vale of Twilight.
Good, I did remember to grab the gold key. I can't remember that far back now. Okay, renown though. That's a bummer. All right. Well, normally I just go on to running with the devils, but I gotta take 18. So let's instead of taking Dimension Door, let's teleport. Kirk to Spock. Come in, Spock. Just go to the marketplace. That would be probably the easiest. Spellsinger. I've never once ran out of for Spellsinger either, but I'll take your word that Virtuoso got more. By the time I got my bard up to the appropriate level, I was able to get an anthem item. Alright, 5 more ranks to go, and then I am 20, and I can work on yet another character on Argonesson. Because I have no gear for epics. None whatsoever. And if I go into any epic, they're going to have to carry me. And since I'm doing all of these iconics, I can't TR. I think this needs to be 3%. 1% is not a whole lot for a feat. Yeah. I certainly can see that. Hands in the air like you don't care. I know people everybody can stay. Do your dance, do your dance quick, mom. If you tell me what's the word, a word out. Can't take improved spell. Yeah, I've got really good gear on Kyber on Alice Thane, and so we were doing Epic Hard Ravenloft the other day, and I was just CCing everything. I only got one life on him, so. None of this looks good, so I guess I will take improved mental toughness because it's just. Not that worried about these. You can't have enough death spells. Really, I just want all the charismas. Oh, and fortification's good too. Yay! U-O-R-D up. W-O-R-D up. Man, I hate spending my money on this stuff, but I'm going to have to. Off to House Fairlane to get a couple of bags. Yeah, most of my characters are really built around our party. I'm not the heavy. I'm not the tank. I'm not the DPS guy. Oh, I gotta run with the Devils. Run with the Devils. Finish up. Flag for Shroud. I consider it a bad time when I don't have my tunes flagged for the Shroud. But before that, since I'm really super running out of room in my bags, I'm going to buy a small ingredients bag and a medium collectible bag. I can't get the gem bag, and I like it to have the gem bag just because, you know, these things start sticking out. I guess I should sell my gems, huh? Oh, wait. I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. It is on my day to find you shining away. For you, okay, take on me. Now, I'm not selling the gear I find is because I'm building up a crafter, Aladdin saying, yeah, well, me and my wife is kind of the one who likes to beat things up. She got, and the reversal of the usual things. A lot of people say, oh, I'm so used to doing that too. The guy asks his wife to be a healer. No, I've always played like bards and clerics in pen and paper. So I played a bard and a cleric in the game. I've also got other tunes, and sometimes when the nanny bots are okay, I bring extra DPS. I like to try different things. Oh, that's DDO. I want to teleport to Meridia. Yeah, so's my wife. She likes to monk things to death. She also does a Dex Whiz. Well, she doesn't everything monk, really. Whiz is the strongest point, though. Light Path, Kukondo, we call it Cookie Dough. Jade Strike. Woohoo! Give me that renown. Yes. Renown boost all the way until Cord gets back, so I want all of that while I'm on Argonesson. Our guild on Kyber could use it too, but that guild's all the way up to 96, so I'm not that worried about it.
Meridia, the home of an Eladrin
That, and I like the number 96.
constructed from the ruins of
That's
an
how
ancient
old my
giant
human
temple.
archer is.
It dominates
He's an
the
old man.
entire Vale. It's an important hub of commerce.
It's always fun being in the tavern and watching him gum his tasty ham to death. These mashed potatoes are too hard. They won't fit through the straw. Shut up, Quinn. Yeah, I remember a lot of those, and both of light and dark. I remember when paladins seemed to be like, well, they were all, the problem with paladins back when there was no epic was, of course, the fact they were just so darned feat starved. You only rarely saw a pure paladin. I mean, usually the closest you see to pure paladin was 18-2 fighter. You only saw 20 clerics, and they were usually spec divine because nobody wanted a battle cleric. Go away, battle cleric. I used to get flack because I'd beat level 20 Radiant Servant spec for healing, but I wasted a feat on Bastard Sword. No one's laughing now. I have probably the best collection of Bastard Swords in the game. I was into Bastard Swords before they became all cool and popular. I should do a graphic where I, the bastard sword hipster glasses. That's what I'd wear. No Kopeshes for me. Yeah, bastard sword would go for 100,000 plat, and a Kopesh would go for the same. Vorpal of pure good would go for 1 million. Wasn't hard. Okay, crit profile isn't better, but I'm getting an extra 2 on my damage dice. 1d10 instead of 1d8. I can deal.
Ancient stronghold of the Eladrin is buried.
Of course, now I also have a pretty fine collection of Kopeshes. They're all on Chestina, though. Oh yeah, dwarven axes I thought were like the... If you were a dwarf, of course, and you had to throw your weight around it, they were the perfect compromise between them. Yeah, you wouldn't get the crit profile, but lol, you'd have con to damage, and you'd just be doing so much damage.
He is garbed in the robes of the 12. Silence has placed an aura.
I've got a hurricane machine built like that.
You safe as you attempt to free
Nothing but con. Just a little ball of hit points and hate. Yeah, Warforged actually can get away with it too because you can, well, you can't get con of damage, but
strange sensation wash
I
over
wish there
you.
was a way to get
Must be
anything
the
to damage.
spell Psylocke cast.
Whew. Sorry about that. That's right, a fiendish present. I hate the Eladrin.
This mirror appears to be magical. As you gaze at it, you feel you are being watched.
Alright, I'm going to switch to chain.
The Eladrin have repurposed these giant robes.
I really need collectibles. I think I really need ruddy fungus, so that was a good choose. I don't think I need swing mushroom, but ruddy fungus I do think I
The
need.
door to the west has no visible way to open it. Search for a way to breach it.
The only way to open it is with murder. Wisdom's probably the only thing in this thing that's... Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. No, Genera, that's probably me. I got the speaker on next to the mic. I forgot to turn that down. Thank you. I forgot to do that. That's my bad. There we go. I'm not really listening to the audio anyway.
A violent whirling wind whips around.
No, it's definitely me. It's definitely me. I went back to my old setup because I wanted to. I'm listening to my tunes, not the game. MP3 player. Dun dun dun.
Pulling the lever starts a chain reaction of
Huh.
west.
Oh, no. You see, I'm not hearing, but my game would be because you're hearing the feed and the delay off the speaker. The game would be. Like I said, my bad. I meant to turn it down. I turned it down a long time ago.
Invading devils clash with defending Eladrin. Do not allow them to reach Talon before you do.
Oh, the hitch. I don't get it that often. Some people get a lot more than I do. Keep the firepower on that cleric. I always love the way this song sounds, so I've never learned the words. Roll With It by Steve Winwood. I know, it's an old song
Another
now.
skirmish between the devils and the Eladrin rages in the adjacent tunnel.
It was Steve Winwood's last big shot on the charts. Had a great video to it. It was like this R&B party inside this,
Sound of
you know,
claws scraping
deep
earth
south
is
bar.
heard northwest as the devils continue on
Just
their path.
looked like a heck of a lot of fun. Roll with it, baby. I don't remember there being that many things right there. Oh, rogue dids.
The bridge to the west is raised. Find a way to drop it and continue your rescue. A stone located ladder bars the way. this hallway. Find the source and close it.
Huh. That's weird. I thought they were going to pop. See for this. That's what I was waiting for. Yes, I'm not facing the bearded devil because they disappeared behind me. While I am destroying the feeding Osrat here, I'd like to remind everybody, if you're enjoying this stream, please give me a follow. I'd appreciate that. Besides which, I want to see if my Twitch Labs streaming thing is integrated. I'd like to see those graphics pop up. I think I did a good job. And hope you'll follow my other streams. I'm probably going to take a break here after flagging for the crowd. And probably be back on tonight, but doing Kyberside stuff. We're going to probably finish up flagging for Ravenloft's last raid tonight. Probably do that around 6:30 Pacific. Hey, Fingerblade, thank you, and it works. It looks awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nice.
What?
Oh, my stream graphics work.
Oh.
Oh, thank goodness I did that right. I do appreciate it. I've been waiting to see that go up. And it's, it's just great. It just makes my day. I mean, I did it for myself on, I linked my my future bot channel to this, but it's nice to see it work when I'm actually streaming a game. Okay, now I'm fighting Taylor, and I want the Eldritch Blasting because it's the heavy deeps. Heavy deeps. Yeah, this is not working. Just not tracking right. There we go. A little bit lower on the deeps, but a bigger cone of attack. See, he was healing too much when I was missing half the time, and it wasn't like I was really doing any damage to him. Now he's still healing, but he's taking like 5 times as much damage, and he is down! Post toasties. Alright, just a rest shrine. We're good. Did strip me of my prot. Oh, big-headed? No, shoot, I like to say I'm the worst bard in the game. But, we get by, that's for sure. And my wife, best first life light monk you'll ever see.
Bard transforms and attacks you.
All my guildmates are better than me, but I've got the advantage. I'm the only one who knows where they're going. So they bring me along. Otherwise, we'd never get anything done. So I can play anything. I could bring a level 1 fresh off the Porthos to a legendary elite fight as long as I know how to get to where we're going. And they'll be all like, "We got you." And it is down, and I am now flagged for the shroud on Argoness End. Woohoo! And still not getting any gold coins. Oh well. Want to transport to Meridia? We'll turn them in, then we'll have to pop over to the 12 to get the quest. Or to get the mixing quest, and I'll do that right quick just to show everybody how it's done if you go back and watch the video. Tolan was a tiefling in disguise, and I didn't get any renown. Well, I took a level. I always take a robe. Now the bells again. Let's see if I got favor. Yeah, I could have got a free small one. Oh well. I forgot about that. I forget the first one's a free small one. Back to Meridia. And now I gotta talk to Valerie. No, Valeria. I think you get her quest after you've done 3 of them. To pass many years has gone so fast. I of course don't need any green steel on a warlock. You know, maybe a Concord opposition boot eventually. Alright, when you do the D-Lee goes into the doohickey, and then you have to bring it out. Doesn't recognize it in the D-Lee. Take the heroic deads. Oh, that was an impressive trophy, not a heroic deads. That's better. 10 times better. Oh, you didn't give me one. Yep. So this should just say I got favor with the 12. Meet me in Meridia. Yep. Alright, well that's the end of my first holiday stream. Hoping to stream a lot more this week and get everybody into all the different games I play, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Oh, I know, I wish I could have seen that. That's one thing I really wish they do a retro week on, is where we could go back and see the old marketplace tent before the Devils blew it up at the end of Condescope. I heard that event was a whole lot of fun. Anyway, if you want to follow my jokes about the games I play, follow me on Twitter at the Cat Alice Thane. You can follow all of my links and my streams up here on Facebook at Glyn's Arcade. I'd really appreciate a like up there. You can get all of the Gotta work on that. You can follow, or you can catch all the replays they put on YouTube playlists over at cavaliercavalry.com. That also has all my old works, including a comic I did for Battletech, and of course the preview to all this streaming, Alice Thane Garfield's Notes to Strike a Chord, and of course be part of the community. Join up at DDO.com. And I'll probably be back in, looks like, probably closer to 7 now, because I do got to get some dinner in me and whatnot. But I'm hoping 7 p.m. Pacific I will be back on with, but I'll be on Kyber doing some legendary Ravenloft. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Fingerblade. Thank you, Janara. Thank you. I got another one up here. Scroll back. Thank you, Ults. I do appreciate it all. Thank you for watching. Peace and good questing.